It began with a promise whispered in exam rooms thick with disinfectant and hope, a promise that sounded like care, like progress, like help. But in Macon County, Alabama in 1932, that promise would quietly rot into one of the darkest betrayals in American medical history. 600 black men were enrolled in what they were told was a treatment program for bad blood. Doctors took notes, nurses smiled reassuringly, clipboards filled. But behind the polite voices and pressed white coats, a decision had already been made. Treatment would be withheld. The disease would be allowed to run its course. The men were not told the truth. Years passed. The Great Depression faded into World War II. Penicillin emerged as a miracle cure, safe, cheap, and effective against syphilis. And still, in Tuskegee, the men were denied it. Letters were sent calling them back for special free treatment, which turned out to be spinal taps disguised as therapy. Meals were offered. Burial insurance was promised. Trust was carefully cultivated and quietly exploited. The study continued through decades of change. Children were born, families grew, some wives were infected, some babies were born sick. Inside government offices, data tables grew longer, while outside, the men aged, limped, went blind, lost their sanity, or died. All of it carefully recorded, all of it preventable. The real mystery is not how the study began, but how it lasted 40 years. It took a whistleblower in 1972, a man who could no longer stomach the silence, to ignite public outrage. When the story broke, headlines exploded. America stared at itself in disbelief. Congressional hearings followed. The study was finally stopped, but the damage was irreversible. The emotional climax didn't come with shouting or arrests. It came with quiet realizations that science without consent becomes cruelty, that authority without accountability becomes danger, that trust, once broken, echoes across generations. Even today, the Tuskegee study casts a long shadow over medicine, shaping ethical laws, informed consent, and the uneasy relationship between marginalized communities and healthcare systems. In 1997, a US president formally apologized to the survivors and their families. The words were necessary, but they were late. History cannot be cured with penicillin. The Tuskegee syphilis study is not just a scandal. It's a warning. A reminder that progress without ethics is not progress at all, and that the most terrifying experiments don't always happen in secret labs, but in plain sight, wearing friendly smiles. If this story moved you, disturbed you, or made you think, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and helps these lessons stay alive.